you from FFB Stadium in Belmopan, Belize, as the inaugural CONCACAF Central American Cup rolls on here. Group D takes center stage tonight as the Green Machine Verdes FC of Belize take on FC Motagua of Honduras. Sean St. Jacques here with you as we take a look at the pitch conditions in the capital city of Belize tonight. 7% chance of precipitation, 87 degrees as the fans file in here at FFB Stadium. There are 10-mile-per-hour winds as well. As we take a look at the competition, formerly CONCACAF League, of course, and in the group stage, we look at Group D in that quadrant in the left-hand side of your screen. Bottom right in that quadrant, we see Verdes and Motagua kick off things in a very strong Group D. Lots of opportunities for 2 of the 5, of course, to move on to the quarter-final stage of this competition. All 4 groups contain teams with experience, teams with pedigree, and teams with championship history behind them. These 2 teams, in particular, Verdes and Motagua, have the experience, but that experience has now turned to expectation in this year's edition of the competition. Inaugural, of course, for the Central American Cup, but these 2 teams have CONCACAF experience galore, especially in the old version of this competition, the CONCACAF League in particular. As you can see there, Motagua from Honduras have traveled far to get here, but they are in numbers in Belmopan, and the Belizean fans are filing in as well. This is the home of the Belize national team, of course, as well in the capital city, and we are expecting a strong, not only game, but atmosphere as well between 2 teams who have never faced each other in any competition prior to tonight. So it's a first in that regard, but it's also the first game in a Group D that is going to be extremely competitive. It's going to be very tight to the bitter end of this group, with only 2 teams advancing to the quarterfinals with a chance to get to the 2024 Champions Cup, formerly, of course, the CONCACAF Champions League as well. And this is a very tight, intimate venue, so the noise is going to be rather loud throughout this game, you'd expect, between 2 teams that, yes, have never faced each other, but have plenty of experience in CONCACAF play, especially in the last few years in particular. Verdes have been to this stage multiple times in prior CONCACAF competitions, and Motagua, well, they've been to 3 finals in CONCACAF leagues past. They are expecting to make another deep run in this competition, and the first step for both of these 2 does come tonight. We will step aside, we will see the players come out soon, then we will get to the lineups, and we will get to the kick in Group D of the inaugural CONCACAF Central American Cup from Belmopan in Belize. Sean St. Jacques back here with you. The teams are out on the pitch. Verdes in their green and whites. And it is Motagua of Honduras in their light blues. Nearly set to go here in Group D. Let's look at the starting lineups for these two. Verdes, the host tonight, under coach Jose Miguelon Ruiz. It is an experienced side. Edwin Villeda in particular, Christian Lopez are the attacking duo to look out for. Everall Trapp, the experienced captain, leads the back line in front of Nahuel Paz, who is in goal for the Green Machine tonight. Motagua have a storied history in this competition. They're hoping to take the first step to another deep run in this competition. Verdes got to the round of 16 in CONCACAF League a season ago. They are hoping not only get their first win ever in this competition in its new form, but also looking to make a deep run in this competition as well. As the captains meet in the middle. Talked about Everall Trapp for Belize, Jonathan Rougier, goalkeeper for Honduras, and it is Josu Ugalde of Costa Rica with his Costa Rican counterparts leading our officiating crew in Belmopan, Belize tonight. And it is the first time these two in any competition have ever met. Quite a stage for the first ever meeting between these two as we look at the starting 11 for the visitors tonight. Enrol Medina's Motagua looks like this. And look up front initially, Ivan Lopez and Agustin Osmendi, the Argentine, are expecting to have big performances this evening. And then that core in the midfield, Jason Mejia, Edwin Maldonado, and Ricky Zapata, all in front of a back line with Kevin Alvarez and Raul Santos anchoring it in front of the captain, Rougier, who is the goalkeeper for Motagua. Not a bad time to have a first ever meeting between two sides in a CONCACAF competition. And of course, it is on a big stage here in Belize tonight. The capital city hosts it, and Verdes are hoping to get their first ever win this juncture in the competition's history. Group D's inaugural moments here in the CONCACAF Central American Cup are expecting to be exciting and enthralling with a good atmosphere on hand here in Belize. Verdes kick us off going from left to right here, and we are underway in Group D, the Central American Cup. Motagua in their light blues, the dark blue stripe across the sash. It is Verdes, the Green Machine, in their green kits, green shorts with the white trim. Sean St. Jacques, happy to be with you. We are expecting a very exciting encounter, a first ever encounter between Verdes FC and FC Motagua. Side early touch for Ricky Zapata for Motagua. Jason Mejia dispossessed. Chance for Verdes to counterattack here. Roca was able to stride through the middle initially. Was he brought down? Referee says no. So Ugalde allows play to continue, and it is back with Motagua inside of the first couple of minutes here. It's the first ever meeting between these two club sides. Motagua have been to 3 CONCACAF League finals in their history. They have high expectations once again this time around. They're looking for their 3rd straight Champions Cup qualification, formerly known as the CONCACAF Champions League, of course. There's a ton of pedigree, ton of history. Looking to make an opening statement on opening night in Group D, the Central American Cup. Far side, Kevin Alvarez dispossessed. Verdes trying to play themselves out of trouble at the back here. They do loop it into a neutral area, but Motagua regained possession. That's some good pressure from the always vibrant Christian Lopez. Sees it go out of play for a Motagua throw. Christian Lopez and Edwin Villeda going to be the two to watch for Verdes in the attacking part of the field, and added Nicholas Roca as well. It's a rather strong triumvirate in that attack for Verdes. But can they take the chances? That is what ended up hurting them in last year's edition of the competition. They were great defensively, Verdes, but goal scoring let them down in the round of 16, it must be said. Can they be more clinical at that end of the pitch? And Motagua, it always seems like they have the pieces to get to the final. They've never been able to get over the final hurdle. Could this be their time? They obviously have to take the first step here tonight in a tough environment. We'll see if this could be Motagua's year at last. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, Motagua. Their history is so rich with success. Could this be their moment, their tournament? With battle for it in the midfield, and Daryl Myvet had it for a moment, but Motagua are able to come out with it here. Ivan Lopez to play Motagua into the final third here. Mejia tries to curl a shot. It does take a deflection on the way through. Motagua have an early corner kick opportunity. Mason Mejia was one of the big additions during the offseason for Motagua. Came over from Sporting Kansas City in Major League Soccer in the United States. As the rain does start to come down here in Belmopan. Few rainy nights in the Belizean capital a year ago in this competition, as that was nearly sent all the way through and all the way in. In the end, it was the goalkeeper, Nahuel Paz, who was able to react, and then the whistle came to end Motagua's attacking sequence. Well, weather, as you can already tell, is going to be a factor tonight. We did see a smaller chance of precipitation earlier, but the rain is here. We'll see how these two teams deal with it as the match goes on. Vieira, lovely little curl over the top here. Roca controls for Verdes. Trying to weave his way back to the byline. First time ball was sent in by Gerardo Madrid. In the end, Motagua do deal with it defensively. Push it a chase down the far side. Motagua could have an opportunity for a cross into the penalty area here. It is chipped across the center part of the penalty area. No one able to get a real good touch to it. Flared out to this near side. Mejia curling one into the middle. It is headed on, and Paz down to his left. Just about makes the save. Not sure if it was a Motagua striker or maybe a Verdes defender that got the last touch, but Paz had his head on a swivel. Have a look at the replay here. Oh, it was just the slightest of nudges from Osmendi for Motagua. Good save by Paz for Verdes. Good early chance for the visitors here. Something to build on for Ninrol Medina's boys here inside of the first 7 minutes. Lopez, dispossessed. Motagua had plenty of defenders behind the ball to absorb the pressure that Lopez was trying to apply. Near side opportunity for Zapata. As Mejia in support. Challenge sees it go out of play. It'll go Motagua's way. I showed you earlier, Motagua do have a good amount of supporters who have made the trek. They're the ones banging the drums at the moment. You can hear them faintly. Near side corner. Krishan Lopez runs up to them here on this near side. Not much help at the moment, so Lopez goes for goal instead. It does bounce up there, but in the end it's kindly into the waiting arms of Jonathan Rougier. And the captain reads it well. Not sure if it was going to go on target, but minimum, it looked like it was going to hit the post if Rougier didn't field it cleanly. And that is up for discussion at the moment with the rain really coming down here now. In Belize's capital, Belmopan. Just little shots like that could turn into adventures for goalkeepers. This ball trickles out of play for a goal kick. Paz and Rougier are going to have to be even more alert. Ball can really skip up on the surface and make life difficult for goalkeepers with this kind of weather impacting the game. Just chipped forward. It's a well-placed ball. On this near side, Mejia shows for it. Decent first touch from Escalante. Referee gives Motagua a free kick. Galdi came in and had no hesitation, and the visitors get a set-piece chance here in a rather advantageous position. Escalante and Mejia, brain trust to stand over this free kick, although Escalante leaves it. Mejia strikes it, and it's headed just a whisker wide of the goal. I think Paz, the goalkeeper, saw it was going to go wide. In the end, it wasn't far away, but it didn't hit the target. As some may have expected, Motagua have had the better of the early chances, although Christian Lopez did force a save. The Motagua captain in goal, Jonathan Rougier. This is Mejia. Great ball across, could fall for a chance here. It's good last-ditch effort defensively. Jordi Polanco sweeps it away for Verdes. Was just waiting to be hit inside of the penalty area, but quick thinking by Polanco saves the boys in green here. Another moment where there was a brief bit of hesitation. Motagua weren't able to capitalize, couldn't get a shot off. Roca. It's a nice little give and go. Villeda down this near side, showing some pace, some strength, and the challenge is going to lead this to a corner kick opportunity here for Verdes. Well, Edwin Villeda's effort was one of the bright spots for Verdes in last season's competition. Had so many great moments. And Christian Lopez really shined for Verdes. Hoping to do so again in this iteration of the competition as well. Camilo Fajardo will stand over the corner for Verdes here. It's taken towards the near post, and the first time shot in the end goes well wide of the target. Not a bad idea here whatsoever, off of the training ground, you'd presume. Needed a better strike on it. In the end, it was the arriving Polanco who had just bailed out Verdes on the defensive end that got the shot away. But in the end, it didn't trouble the goalkeeper. Villeda putting the pressure on Zapata. Verdes nearly win it back. A helpful challenge from Polanco. It's forced back, but Motagua keep possession. Verdes, it's the fourth straight time they've appeared in CONCACAF competitions. 3 straight appearances in the CONCACAF League, and now after being champions in the last 2 domestic seasons in Belize, they have qualified for this Central American Cup. We're going to make more memories at this stage of the competition, and hopefully deeper than they got in 2022, which was the round of 16. Of course, in this iteration, top 2 finish in the group sends you to the quarterfinals. Defensive work needed here for Verdes. It could fall for a shot. It's curled wide of the post by Jose Escalante. And then it goes out of play on the far side for a goal kick. Felt kindly for the midfielder. Escalante was in good position to strike it. As you'll see on the replay here, puts too much bend on it. Goes well wide of Paz's goal. Motagua, we talked about the 3 times CONCACAF League finalists haven't gotten to the trophy lift yet. We'll see if this is their time, but they're also looking for a 3rd straight Champions Cup qualification after 2 prior appearances in the CONCACAF Champions League in their history. Do it for a 3rd season in a row. Vieira, it was a dangerous pass with Mendy lurking, but Verdes do play themselves out of danger for now. Talked about Jose Escalante with his effort earlier. It's one of the other big additions, along with Osmendi and Mejia for Motagua. Over from Calvary FC in the Canadian Premiership. That'll bolster things for tonight's visitors. Mendy, 23 goals in 35 games for Olancho last season, Motagua. And Olancho, of course, are in this Group D as well, so that's going to be an interesting reunion as the group stage goes on. 5 teams in this Group D, only 2 advance. Why this first day of Group D is going to be so important for these 2 teams in particular, especially for Verdes at home. 3 points could do them so much good at the start of this group. Motagua have high expectations. They always have high expectations. They will expect to leave here with the points themselves, and maybe a chance in behind here. Whistle goes before Osmendi could take aim. A foul in the build-up as the ball came in. Sees a free kick awarded to Verdes here. Look at the replay here. Just a nudge in the back. Enough to bring down Marco Zavala, the defender for Verdes, and awards the hosts a free kick. That stalls Motagua's attack for now. Madrid. Curling ball. Looking for Lopez, couldn't quite find him. Vieira beaten to it by Zapata. Verdes keep it on the near side. Zapata wasn't going to be beaten there. Is headed centrally, and then it's a well-won header by Escalante. And Motagua can try to settle things down, although Roca is trying to put some pressure on here for Verdes. Lopez, good effort, wins a free kick for Verdes. He almost surprised Motagua here. I don't think Edwin Maldonado knew he was coming. In the end, he's the one that's penalized for the foul on Lopez. Lopez. Fans want a free kick. It's not been given. Motagua keep possession. It's like some of the fans who were worried about the weather have trickled their way back in to the FFB Stadium. It's a venue that holds roughly 2,000. The referee had some words here with Nicolas Roca. Well, he's the one that was held back. Maybe it was for the gesture of a yellow card to be brandished there. Referee not looking for advice. Nice chest control by Madrid, and he runs into space here for Verdes, does well. Roca back for Madrid. It's a lovely little give and go. And Madrid runs out of space here, and Rougier has it shepherded to him by Zapata. Well, that is what Verdes can conjure up. And a foul does come in here. Free kick. Maybe a tactical challenge. Zavala, seeing that Vieira was a step slow, trying to make up the ground for Madrid at the back. So he goes over the top and maybe gets into the back of Osmendi. Leads to a free kick for Motagua. Mejia. Wanted to get closer before making up his mind as to what to do, but he was pressured. This is Raul Santos. Ricky Zapata. Trying to get to the byline. Zapata is surrounded and dispossessed. Well, Vieira did a lot of the work there, but it's not been definitively cleared. There's still some work to do here. Madrid gives it right back to Zapata. Goes out of play. And Verdes do get it back via a throw. Although Ricky Zapata, he's still down here for Motagua. Another look at it. And it was Roca's challenge coming in from behind, but maybe on the way down. Where Zapata felt something. Zapata's back up, which is good to see. Keep an eye on him. Verdes have to be careful playing this out of the back, but they do deal with it. Roca the target of this ball over the top. Falls for an opportunity here, Polanco. Krishan Lopez crossed into the middle. It's Edwin Vieira. He shoots! And it was a very good effort, but it's right down the middle for Rougier. Well, Edwin Vieira, you could just see when he was able to push off and just get a little bit of space. The way he ran into the penalty area fooled the Motaguan defense. Have a look at it here. He just finds that space. Nobody catches him until it's almost too late. And then it's a very strong effort with the inside of his right boot, but just to the outside of his right boot, but it ends up going right down the throat of the goal. And Rougier was well positioned, didn't have to do too much to save it. Could have been a real good chance for Verdes. Can they create something from this? Lopez stood up. Motagua don't keep possession for long. Verdes trying to change the early momentum. Motagua have had the better of it so far, but not by much. That chance from Edwin Villeda is probably the best chance either side has had in the first 22.5 minutes. Now there's another player down here for the visitors. Looks to be Edwin Maldonado, who is struggling a bit. But referee checked on him, and we're back underway. Roca tried to head it past two Motagua defenders. The visitors do get it back on this near side. Ball is floated over the top, dealt with by Madrid. Who further clears it forward after a good header initially by Zavala. Zapata, Mejia, lovely ball just threaded through, but unable to control it was Osmendi. Verdes win possession back. Can they counterattack here? It's where they've been at times dangerous, and Villeda was making a nice run on this near side, but the ball wasn't able to be threaded through the needle. Motagua come the other way. Ball comes into the middle. Dealt with by Zavala. This is Christian Lopez. Beautiful skill. Roca. Escalante for Motagua. Jason Mejia had a good impact inside the first 10 minutes, but Verdes have been able to kind of close this channel down as the half has gone on. That's a good cross into the middle. Defended in the penalty area, then a late little push by Osmendi sees Verdes alleviate the pressure. Another look, it was a good searching ball into the penalty area here, but there's the little nudge and takedown. And now Verdes not wasting any time here. Good layoff by Christian Lopez. He gets it back. Lopez across the middle looking for Roca and couldn't quite find him. Last ditch defending from Kevin Alvarez sees it go out for a throw into Verdes. Front three don't need much invitation. And Lopez gets in behind, but the flag is up. And his header missed the target anyway. But how vibrant have Villeda, Lopez, and Roca been? Another look, pretty clear cut decision there, referee's assistant, with not much hesitation whatsoever on the offside flag being raised. And it was the right call. Lopez was off by about half a step. Maybe a little bit more. Mejia. Assessing his options on this near side. Mejia gets past one. Gets past a second. The play essentially now Maldonado tries to take aim. It was blocked away by Daryl Maivet. And nearly given back. Maivet had to step in again after it was given away by Polanco. Ooh, it's a late challenge there. Was it Roca who went through on two Motagua players there? Here's a closer look at it. See their very late challenge. He actually takes two players nearly with him there. But the referee does not go to his pocket, it appears. It's just going to be a foul and a free kick. Mejia, curl one in. Maivet is there. Mejia will settle for a throw for Motagua. Well, I must say, Nicolas Roca is a bit fortunate there. Could have very easily have been a yellow card. It was a very tardy challenge. In the end, referee looks kindly upon it and just gives a warning and a free kick. I wonder if the fact that it's been raining for a big chunk of this first half played any part in that. Late challenge. And the referee's view of it. There it is in tight quarters here, have to be strong defensively. It was well dealt with initially by Polanco. Now Christian Lopez. Sent forward by Sanchez. Looking for Roca. Motagua, most of the time tonight so far, able to rather swiftly and smoothly deal with any Verdes counterattacks, but not all of them. Some of them have gone through the cracks, and then a challenge comes in here. Oh, and a yellow card is out. Fajardo sees yellow. Another look briefly there, although there is a Motagua player down at the end of the sequence. And it is Escalante. Need some assistance here. Confirmation of Fajardo's yellow card for the challenge. Well, maybe part of that is because Roca wasn't booked earlier. Here's a look. I don't think he gets the ball, Fajardo, but should have been a yellow card, maybe, maybe not. That was more borderline than Roca's was, I will say that. But in the end, the yellow card has come out. And Motagua have a set-piece chance here. Mejia, Santos. Talking it over, along with Marcelo Pereira. Escalante is okay to continue. Mejia has Zapata for support. Zapata's cross, he's blocked by Polanco. And Motagua's set piece leads to just a throw for now. 15 minutes left in the first half in this Group D encounter. Ball was floated back into the penalty area. A bit of hesitation there, but Verdes for Zavala clear their lines. Ball is whipped right back into the penalty area, headed high into the air. Mejia controls. Jason Mejia is dispossessed. Beautiful challenge by the winger Villeda. Now Roca awaits for support. Polanco is there. Oh, and then Villeda struggling a bit here. Couldn't get on the end of the pass, and now he might need some assistance. Edward Villeda is such an important part of what Verdes like to do in the attack, and as you just saw moments ago, it's led to this stoppage in defense as well. For now, Villeda is okay, which is good to see from a Verdes point of view. It is a throw. It is a sporting gesture from Motagua and from Verdes as well. And now Motagua can get us back fully underway here. Well, Motagua have had the quantity of the chances in their favor so far through a little over half an hour here. You could argue Verdes have had the best chance of the game so far. Edwin Villeda getting in on goal after some Lovely little trickery with his run. But his shot ended up going right down the middle of the goal. Little dummy on the way through here, but it didn't quite fall to a player in light blue. Verdes find the opening to clear the ball away. Good control from Fajardo, and then he's brought down. Free kick for Verdes. And the referee is on the scene to give a yellow card out here. Well, Fajardo, who was booked earlier, draws the challenge that sees Edwin Maldonado see his name taken, and maybe that was a bit of a harsh yellow, but certainly a foul by Maldonado. Referee takes his name. We play on with 12 minutes left in this first half. Central American Cup, Group D. Verdes and Motagua. 5 teams in this group. I mean, some have been trying to debate over which of these groups is the group of death, if you will, the toughest group to get out of. Maybe make the argument that Group D is one of the groups of life. It's very wide open. There certainly are some favorites, Motagua among them, but all 5 are capable, no question about that. Lopez's ball across, that is blocked out of play. Corner kick for Verdes. Fajardo will take this. Continues to rain here rather heavily in Belmopan. Fajardo's ball in is a very dangerous one indeed, but it was headed out of the penalty area not once but twice. Now Motagua, maybe a chance to counterattack here. Do they have the numbers to do so? Polanco steps in nicely there for Verdes to negate any further action. Madrid didn't control that cleanly. And in the end, he follows through on Zapata. That is going to be a free kick for Motagua here. I think Madrid didn't realize until it was too late here. His touch was heavy. And then he tries to follow through to keep that touch, and Zapata beats him to the spot to win a free kick. It was a big collision. Motagua get back on with it. Good step defensively, Villeda able to do the business for Verdes for now. Zapata wastes no time with the throw. Maybe a chance for Zapata to cross this, but he waits a fraction of a second too long. Cleared out by Zavala. Going on this near side for the visitors. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the half. Mejia finds some space here and shoots. Yes, and Mejia saw the seas part for him on the edge of the penalty area, but it's a crucial defensive effort for Verdes that's going to lead to another stoppage. Well, it's very brave defending from the hosts' point of view here. Was Christian Sanchez who got the worst of it. Hit him in the upper body. Hopefully he is okay. he's able to get back up onto his feet here, Sanchez. See him holding the bottom of his neck, upper chest area. And he had the wind knocked out of him in the end. Motagua, though, can continue their attack here from a corner. And Verdes, at the moment, are going to have to defend this a man light. Sanchez has come to the sideline. The ball is whipped in. Could fall for a chance on the edge of the penalty area, and the shot from Argueta is blocked on the edge of the 18-yard box. Motagua looked to recycle it. A slipping pass back into the middle is dealt with. Verdes now look to counter. Can they get some numbers forward here? Villeda thought about threading it through for Roca. Slows the play down to get more involved in the attack. Lopez thought about moving forward. In the end, again, has to wait for some help to accumulate. Played centrally. Maivet. Nice little threaded ball through, but in the end, bit of a stumble there. Fajardo gives possession back to Motagua. Mejia has Zapata for company here on the near side. Jason Mejia was looking for a free kick there. It didn't come. It'll stay with Motagua via a throw on the near side. Escalante. Pressure from Lopez. Ball is floated over to that far side, and the captain, Everall Trapp, no chances taken. And it goes for a throw. Well, the fans have braved through Mother Nature's elements here in the first half. A very tight contest, and in some ways, that's the way Verdes like it. The defensive work and then find the moment in the attacking third to get the result. Verdes are in search of their first ever win in this competition, despite making it to the round of 16 a season ago, 2022. Motagua in search of their 15th win in their 35th game in this competition in their club's history. Polanco, who's been active for Verdes. Ball nearly found its way to Madrid on this near side, only got a brief touch on it. Mejia made sure that was about it, and then Mejia didn't react right away, but Villeda's ball back to Madrid was a touch too firm. Polanco just with it right back off the throw. Maivet. Lopez. Lopez looking centrally. In the end, the pass was cut out. This ball is floated forward. Goalkeeper's off his line here. Bit of a nudge in the back. Ivan Lopez commits the foul. And Verdes can reset. That was the right idea over the top there. But in the end, Lopez a little overzealous. The attack does break down from Motagua there. Lopez again trying to get on the end of things. Roca gives possession back to Maldonado for Motagua. Ball is sent into the middle of the penalty area. Oh, it was decent control. Oh, and there's a pullback here. Referee gives a penalty. Osmendi tried to control the cross from Maldonado. Referee sees a pullback in the penalty area from Zavala, and Motagua in the latter stages of the first half have been awarded a penalty. Well, it almost seemed destined to go into the halftime break at 0-0, but Motagua continued to put pressure on Verdes' penalty area, and it leads to a huge spot kick here. And Agustin Osmendi, the Argentine, who won the penalty, he's going to take the penalty as well. Osmendi, one of their big signings during the offseason. He'll be called upon here. Nahuel Paz is standing on the left side of the goal here, trying to play some tricks with Osmendi. Now he goes back centrally. We wait the referee's whistle. Agustin Osmendi for Motagua here in Group D. He scores! Osmendi converts. He wins the penalty. He converts the penalty. And in the latter stages of the first half on match day 1 in Group D, Motagua score first, and they lead in Belize by 1-0. That is why they brought in Agustin Osmendi for moments like that. And he makes no mistake from the penalty spot here. And the men from Honduras land the first blow in this Group D tie. Another look at the penalty. It was very, very well struck. And in the end, nothing the goalkeeper could do about it. Very well placed and very well converted by Agustin Osmendi. Well, that was actually the part of the goal where Nahuel Paz was trying to stand before the penalty was taken, almost daring him to go the other way. Osmendi wins the game of mind tricks and converts the penalty for Motagua as we approach first half injury time. Well, it's hard on Verdes, who have been Motagua's equal for a big chunk of the half here. But the penalty sees Motagua take the lead, and they have a chance at another one here with 2 added minutes to be played at the end of the first half. Mejia's cross into the middle is headed high and over the top of Paz's goal. Now, Mejia's been active in this first half on this near side. He tried to find the goal scorer, Osmendi, who got his head to it, but couldn't redirect it on target. Can Verdes create something, try and answer the penalty goal for Motagua? One minute left in the half. Osmendi with the target again. Then Mejia on the backside. Trying to put pressure on Madrid. Madrid heads it out. And Motagua looking to really stamp their authority on proceedings now. They get a corner out of it. Not going to waste time in taking it either. Escalante. Little chip into the penalty area. Maybe a chance to recycle this. Mejia. He's essentially Maldonado. Thought about moving it forward. Motagua will reset at the back. And they might be comfortable taking a 1-0 lead into the halftime break. Until the penalty, Verdes had the best chance of the match, but Motagua had more of the ball, more of possession, and their persistence has paid off so far here in Belmopan in Belize. 45 minutes down in the Belize capital. Big penalty conversion from Agustin Osmendi has Motagua ahead in this Group D tie in the Central American Cup. They lead Verdes at the half by 1-0. Jean-Saint-Jacques back here with you. Start of the second half, Group D, Central American Cup in Belmopan, Belize. Motagua in their light blues, leading by a goal to nil against Verdes of Belize. 2 changes were made in Motagua at the start of the second half. We'll get to those in just a moment. We just wait for Jose Ugaldi's whistle, our Costa Rican center official. And Motagua hoping to keep the momentum rolling after a late first half penalty conversion. Agustin Osmendi has them a goal to the good on his first match day in Group D of the CONCACAF Central American Cup. It was rather tight contest in the first half. It was even for a good chunk of it, but late penalty given away by Marco Zavala. A little tug back on the shirt of Osmendi. Saw the penalty given, and then Osmendi, who won this spot kick opportunity, converted it. And that is where we stand. Motagua begin the second half going from left to right in their light blues from head to toe. And Verdes have all the work to do here in Belmopan, trailing by a goal to nil. And we'll see if the Green Machine can work their way back into this opening group game here in Group D. Motagua going to pick up right where they left off. A long ball is floated into the penalty area. And Nahuel Paz is able to get there and corral it. You see there, 2 changes for Motagua. At the start of the second half, Walter Martinez came on for Jose Escalante, and Juan Delgado came on for Edwin Maldonado, who was sitting on a yellow card in the first half. So Coach Ninrol Medina makes a double switch to begin the half. And it's 2 like-for-likes in the midfield to try to keep Motagua's momentum moving in the right direction for the 3-time finalists. And they have a goal to their names already here. And Verdes are the team that sat back a little bit more in that first half. And now they're going to have to be more expansive, especially in the final third where they have lacked at times in this competition. That is what needs to change if Verdes are going to get their first ever win in the competition in the club's history. Argueta, the ball in behind, and Motagua could create a chance from this. Argueta will take aim in the end, and his shot is blocked. It falls kindly for Alvarez. Argueta keeps it alive. It's the substitute, Delgado, for Zapata on the far side. Mejia, those 2 were making up quite a bit in the first half. To a lot of progress, and Osmendi is in, and he flicks in another. Agustin Osmendi scores his 2nd goal of the game for Motagua. And just as the first half finished, the second half starts with a very similar tone. Motagua bookend goals on either side of halftime, and they lead by 2 goals to nil. It's a very delicately taken finish here, Osmendi. Little poke over the top. And all of the Honduran fans from Motagua knew as soon as it was touched that it was going to float over Paz and in. And the boys in light blue are 2 to the good in Belize tonight. First a penalty, and then a delicate little flick from Osmendi. And the Argentina international has a brace. And Verdes now have a mountain to climb here in the second half. The penalty certainly changed the momentum in this game, but that really puts Motagua in charge now. Penalty was really well struck, but that was just such a delicate finish from Agustin Osmendi. Great ball played in as well. It just needed a feather-like touch, and that's exactly what it got. Referee is going to stop the play here. Player for Verdes has gone down on the far side after a coming together. It was Raul Santos who was pleading his innocence with the referee. Now to look at it here, it's Christian Lopez who he was treaded on a little bit there, Lopez. I don't think it was intentional from the aforementioned Raul Santos. It does lead to an injury stoppage here in the early moments of the second half. Well, in a competition such as this, you need your stars, your goal scorers, your big signings, in this case, to come to the fore. And that is exactly what Motagua have gotten on this opening night of the group stage. And Agustin Osmendi's had his name called upon twice to come through for Motagua, and he has come through on both occasions. Rishan Lopez was being evaluated on the far side. He re-enters the field. That's a good thing for Verdes. They need him. Argueta in behind. The cross into the middle. Alvarez blocked. Chance to recycle here. Argueta to the byline. Cross into the middle again. Osmendi on a hat trick, trying to get his head to it. Wasn't able to. Substitute, Delgado. Motagua now seem to be really in the mood here. In search of a third goal. Lopez. Ivan Lopez looking for a little gap to find his way through. Martinez as well. Lopez again. First time ball in by Alvarez. Needed to be dealt with, and was by Christian Sanchez. It goes out for a corner to the visitors. Another look here. It was just a first time ball in from Kevin Alvarez. That was dangerous. Service was appreciated, and it leads to a set piece here. Martinez will take it, the substitute. Can Motagua really put themselves in the box seat here? Decent ball whipped in, but nobody in light blue there to really attack it. Krishan Lopez wins a throw-in for Verdes. Trap. Given back by Polanco. Nice little nifty turn initially by Martinez. Martinez again. Santos. Forced back in the end for Motagua. Verdes with that incredible run that they went on last year to the round of 16. They made history during that run. They became the first club from Belize to win a CONCACAF League series. They beat Platense of El Salvador in the CONCACAF League preliminary round a season ago. So far tonight, it has not gone their way. They've been done in so far by two great goals from Agustin Osmendi. Argueta into the penalty area. Vieira tries to deal with it. It hasn't been dealt with. A volleyed attempt from Ivan Lopez is saved by Paz. It was really well struck, but in the end, goalkeeper was well positioned. Could have very easily been three there. Vieira has had a good game on both ends of the pitch. For Verdes, attacking and defensively, didn't quite get that one right. Really paid the price. Verdes win a free kick through Fajardo here. Looking to reset themselves to try to get back into this Group D tie. Well, Fajardo, who just won the free kick here a moment ago, he's going to be brought off. He's sitting on a yellow card for Verdes. It's going to be a couple of changes, it looks like. We'll see Ezekiel Dennis come on. So see Joel Burgos come on as well for Verdes. Some fresh legs. Verdes ended up making 3 substitutions during that window. Fajardo, Krishan Lopez, Edwin Villeda all came off. Sergio Burgos, Eldon Reno, Ezekiel Dennis all come on for Verdes. So a triple change in the end for Jose Ruiz's boys. Need some life here. So we enter the middle fragment of the second half as you see the confirmation of the changes dropping down. A couple of forwards, midfield change. The ball's looped in. Rougier make a save already. Big importance. That one was a bit easier for him. Can Verdes' depth help bring them back from a 2-goal deficit? Zapata, oh, it's 3! A hat trick for Osmendi. Can you believe it? How clinical has he been? A penalty and 2 second-half goals. Augustin Osmendi, the Argentine, has 3 goals tonight, and Motagua are in dreamland here. Gorgeous ball in. It's a rather simple finish for Osmendi. Runs into the space, and he pokes the header through. Motagua lead by 3 goals to 0, and Osmendi has all of them. What a night for him. What a game for Motagua, leading off this Group D stage. Every chance he's gotten, he has taken tonight. It's an assist for Ricky Zapata on the front end. And Motagua, as it stands, would not only win this game, they'd go top of the group on goal difference as well. This is turning into some road trip for the Hondurans here. And the FFB Stadium watches on as Verdes have seen 1 turn into 2 and 2 turn into 3. And Osmendi has really put on a show tonight. Again, it must be said, first 40 minutes, it was very tight. Scoreline is a little harsh on Verdes, it must be said, but Osmendi has been absolutely clinical. He's been ruthless. Motagua looking for another here. Trapp has to be careful. He heads it down to Paz. Osmendi scored 23 goals for Olancho in 35 games last season. This is why Motagua brought him in, to be a part of nights like this. And boy, has he played his part. Can Verdes find a response? Get up. Some help from Alvarez initially. Verdes keep the pressure on here. Roca. Some help from the substitute Delgado, but it is cleared away only as far as Madrid. And then flicked on for Roca, but he came from an offside position. And the attack fizzles out for Verdes. And a frustration from the crowd as well. Just didn't quite time up the run. I don't think he anticipated the ball was going to come right back to him, and when the ball was kicked, he was in an offside position. Another look at it here. When it struck, that's the key moment. He was in an offside position, and actually was headed on as well, but I think on both occasions he's offside, and the flag did go up. Flicked on for Roca again. shepherded by Marcelo Pereira. Really, since the penalty was converted from Osmendi, his first of 3 for Motagua tonight, Verdes have not been able to be as much of a threat in the final third. This is Alvarez. Martinez into the middle. It's headed again by Osmendi. Well, he wants more. The Argentinian. This one goes wide of Oz's goal. He's been all over the place tonight. Well, he's been finishing. You'd expect that to at least go on target. Meanwhile, Motagua have a player down. Verdes trying to take advantage, but it's a poor ball over the top. Not able to get it into the path of Dennis, and it's a goal kick with 30 minutes left. I think that might have been Ricky Zapata who's down. A little bit of a disagreement between Roca and Rougier. It is Zapata who's trying to stretch out here. Well, it gives us a chance to, in some ways, update the group. Group D, Alajuelense won their first match over Olancho. Osmendi's old club, of course, by a 1-0. That has Alajuelense at the top of the table for now, but in the live table, Motagua would take the top spot from them on goal difference. Verdes would drop to the bottom of the table, with Sporting San Miguelito, the odd team to have not played a group stage game yet. They will play their first group stage game later on in the month, on August 16th, and they are going to play Verdes first, I believe. As it does look like Zapata's night is done for Motagua. It was a very good shift from Ricky Zapata. And in the end, Albert Galindo is going to take his place. So far, for Ninrol Medina and Motagua, it has gone according to plan. That penalty at the end of the first half totally changed the tide of the match. And a very steady, even contest slightly shifted to the Honduras side. And Motagua have not looked back. Augustin Osmendi with a hat-trick as Motagua in line for 3 big points here at the start of play in Group D, the CONCACAF Central American Cup. But there's time left. Can Verdes get one back? 3 is always such a difficult number to come back from, but it starts with the 1. Can Verdes get the 1? And see how it plays out from there. After that, anything can happen. Renault leaves the ball off. A shot was attempted. It's headed back towards the penalty area by Dennis, but in the end, dealt with by Santos. Crowd urging Verdes to press and put pressure on. Motagua, to their credit, play out of it rather nicely. Martinez out wide. Mejia back for Martinez. Motagua could grab another. Osmendi trying to thread it through Arqueta, and it's brought back for a foul, a free kick, and a yellow card has come out as well. I think that is for Christian Sanchez. Another look. It's great counter-attacking play. And there's the very late challenge that came in. Christian Sanchez leaves the boot out and follows through and sees his name taken. So Sanchez goes into the referee's book. Motagua did such a beautiful job playing out of the pressure and turning it into a counter-attacking chance, and it didn't come off for them, but they get a set-piece opportunity out of it, trying to add on to a big 3-0 cushion. Kevin Alvarez sets the ball down. There's actually 4 Motagua players in the area here. Mejia on the outskirts of it. This be a little ball played into Kevin Alvarez to take aim. Three men are still near it. Make that two. Just like that. Kevin Alvarez emerges as we had anticipated to be the man to strike it. 25 minutes left. It is Alvarez into the wall. Alvarez trying to win it back, dispossessed, and Polanco comes out with it for Verdes. Everall Trapp is able to send it forward. Right away, Motagua win it back. Not for long. Well won by Polanco. He sent Verdes on their way. It's a lovely ball through the middle. Maybe a chance in behind and a bit of a slip on the way through. Joel Borgios just not able to keep his feet. That could have been a real chance for Verdes. Lovely little ball played in behind. Split the lines for Motagua, but little slip there. Joel Borgios just not able to keep his footing. And the chance went by the wayside in the end. All three goals, if you're just joining us, scored by the same man, Agustin Osmendi. And that has Motagua in pole position here for an opening 3 points in Group D. Scored a penalty and 2 goals from open play for Motagua. Mejia. It's good interplay. The confidence has been growing since around the 40th minute for Motagua. They've always had more of the possession in this game, but since the goals have started to go in, it has grown more and more as you'd expect. And now Alvarez has space here. Kevin Alvarez stood up on the second try. Renault can't keep him off the ball in the end. Arqueta lays it off. Galindo for Martinez. Martinez thinks better of it and recycles the play. Ball is lofted in. Osmendi, he couldn't score a fourth, could he? Not on that occasion. Paz is there. Arqueta. It's Mejia. Alvarez in for Osmendi. Header was won by Sanchez. Arqueta and Osmendi trying to win it back. Paz in the end finds Trapp. And then Paz, not the best of clearances, sends it right back out of play for a throw-in to the visitors. These are 2 of the 20 teams in the Central American Cup, trying to get places into the Champions Cup for 2024. Part of the big prize at the end for the semifinalists and, of course, the finalists contest the cup. His placement in the aforementioned Champions Cup, the Concacaf Champions League. This match day 1 fixture is so important, especially for Verdes. They're still in search of an opportunity here. Was there a challenge in behind on the substitute Renault? Referee says nothing doing. We play on. And the offside flag would have gone up here on this near side. ball did go back out of play, so the change is upcoming for Verdes. Oscar Martinez, he's going to come on, and Nicolas Roca is going to come off here. Verdes have 20 minutes left to try and pull off a miraculous recovery. Motagua, mean business here. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be another defeat for Verdes in this portion of the cup. Where they got to the round of 16 last year, but again, didn't do it with a win. A couple of draws that ended up getting them through. Verdes have a quick turnaround. I think in about 6 days they play again in Group D. Alajuelense are up next, and they build something going into that match. That's a challenge that's going to send it out of play, and Verdes win a corner out of it. Morros was able to win a set piece here for Verdes. Can they get one back? Can they chip away at Motagua's lead? From the corner. Oh, it was nearly a chance for my vet. Couldn't really get his head onto it. And Verdes have to recycle. It's floated back into the penalty area. It could fall for Sanchez. Sanchez heads it out wide. It's played into the penalty area. Big chance! It goes wide of the goal. Oscar Martinez, who just came on for Verdes, gets on the end of it, but couldn't put it on frame. And Motagua have a player down. Well, Motagua, in the meantime, are going to make another change here. Luis Campana, he's going to come on. Lucas Campana, beg your pardon. He's going to come on. Take a look at this last sequence. Martinez just not able to really wrap his boot around it. Great build-up play here from Verdes, best we've seen in some time. But the goalkeeper putting pressure on Martinez forces the shot to go wide. Motagua have made the change. Campana is on. And the hat-trick hero, Agustinos Mendy, is going to come off. Gets a nice hand from the supporters that have made the trip from Honduras here tonight. Great crowd here from the host side as well. Verdes always draw well for these big nights, but after the first 40 minutes, it has been all Motagua in this Central American Cup Group D tie. First ever meeting between these two, and so far it has been much more memorable for Motagua than it has been for Verdes. The captain gets us back underway. Verdes win it back rather quickly here. Morros out wide. A chance for the shot. It does come in. It's rolled towards goal, and Rougier gets down to his left to corral it. Another chance for the substitute, Oscar Martinez. The Again, not enough venom in the strike to really test the goalkeeper here. Let's see, just looking for a gap, and he found it, to be fair, Martinez, but didn't put enough behind the attempt to really trouble Jonathan Rougier. Briefly saw there Michael Palacio for Verdes. He looks like he's getting ready. Come on at some stage for the host. We will wait for confirmation on that, which arrives. And it's going to be it for Daryl Myvet. And Michael Palacio is on for Verdes for the last 15 minutes and change. The result for Verdes, if it stays like this, will be tougher to take because of how well they started the match. How well they dealt with Motagua's attacks and absorbed so much pressure and then created opportunities themselves. Motagua keep on coming. They look for a fourth. And the shot is sent wide of Paz's goal. They thought on whether or not there was a deflection on the way through, but it's a goal kick. Mejia looking for his first big moment in front of goal tonight. Didn't come in the end. But he's been active, and in the end, it really has been the Agustin Osmendi show for Motagua. He has scored all 3 goals for a hat-trick. And Motagua on their way right now to 3 points and the top spot in Group D. Verdes could still have a say in a few of those talking points. Martinez out wide. It's crossed into the middle, looking for Palacio. Motagua do pick up the pieces here. Near side, Alvarez, he's been good in the second half. First time ball in, and it's headed in for a fourth. Motagua score 4 goals in Belize tonight. Great header from Ivan Lopez. And the boys from Honduras make it a fantastic 4. Osmendi with 3. Lopez's strike partner makes it 4-0 to Motagua. That's a gorgeous header. Great ball in first time, I should say, from Alvarez. The Motagua fans loving every second of it. It is a thumping header from the smaller Ivan Lopez. And he makes no mistake in front of goal. It's becoming a very memorable and magical night for Motagua in the Central American Cup. And a night to forget at the moment for Verdes. It just has unraveled for them in this second half. But have to give the credit to Motagua, the way they have forced the issue. Their persistence has been the story. They continue to knock and knock on the Verdes door. And they have entered the room quite a few times, entered the goal quite a few times. 3 for Osmendi, 1 for Lopez. They could grab another here. Another good ball played into the middle. It falls for another chance. And the volley is skewered wide of the goal. Another real chance. It was Walter Martinez who tried to get his name on the score sheet. These goals all matter. In a group stage setting, goal difference always tends to play a part. Motagua have added onto it here in the second half. Points are paramount. Having the goals can certainly help. Bit of a slip there from Dennis. Play is still alive here for Verdes. Martinez, now Polanco. Renault tries to shoot. His curling effort doesn't have enough fizz on it to trouble Jonathan Rougier. Jonathan Rougier hasn't had too much to deal with in the second half. A couple of big chances from Verdes in particular. Midway through the first half, that needed saves. There's been a couple of half chances in this second half, but Motagua have been the story. They could score another here. Mejia snuffed out by Polanco. Polanco tries to thread the ball through, and it's picked off. Alvarez, who now has an assist to his name, leads the attack. Good work here from Trapp to win it back for Verdes, but then can't find Martinez up ahead. It looked like that Carlos Mejia is getting ready for Motagua. We'll see if Coach Medina has another switch in store for us. Ball is out of play. Lopez ready to take the throw, but the substitution will happen here. And it is Carlos Mejia who is going to come on, and Carlos Argueta is going to make way. So one Carlos replaces another. Motagua inch ever closer to another win. It would be their 15th. Central American Cup's history. Again, this is the inaugural Central American Cup, but it's the former CONCACAF League. Motagua have 14 wins, so technically it's the first in this competition's iteration, but 15th in the competition's place. And their first of asking against Verdes. They're looking to improve their goal difference even more here. Motagua, it's a substitute. Mejia does really well there under pressure to keep it alive, but a pass is picked off in the end by Oscar Martinez. Now can Verdes counterattack here? Palacio dispossessed in the end. And Lopez, great work from him, comes all the way back to make sure that Motagua keep control of the game and of possession, which they've had the vast majority of. For a big chunk of this game, they had about 60% of possession at the half when it was only 1-0. Wouldn't be surprised if that's gone up a little bit, if not stayed around the same in the second half. It's Mendy's hat trick. Ivan Lopez adding a fourth has made it a very, very successful evening for Honduras' Motagua. Delgado to Alvarez. Alvarez trying to find some space, trying to actually curl it down this near side, but it went out, came back in, so it's a throw-in for Verdes. Lopez really was followed through on there. Bit of a late challenge, but not enough in it. The referee to give a free kick to the visitors here. We talked about the experience that Verdes have at their disposal, but Motagua not only have that same experience, but they've gone deeper into this competition on multiple occasions. They have that pedigree to challenge for trophies, and it has come to the fore tonight. They were tested in the first half, make no mistake about that, but the penalty changed the game. Since then, Verdes have been on the back foot. Can they get one back here, though? Verdes, it's a good first touch, and then in the end, the substitute, Eldon Reno, comes out of room in the penalty area, and he's dispossessed. And now Lopez in behind here for Motagua to try to make it 5. He plays it across, and then the substitute takes 2 aims at it and sticks it into the back of the net, Mejia. Carlos Mejia, moments after coming on, makes it 5 for Motagua. The points are sealed. 3rd different goal scorer for the Hondurans tonight. And it is game, set, and match for Motagua. A 5-star performance for the Honduras side tonight. First chance was saved by Paz, but it came right back to Carlos Mejia, and he makes no mistake on the second attempt. It was Lopez who stayed on side to begin the attack, but it's the substitute Carlos Mejia who finishes it. He's going to send all of the fans from Motagua home happy tonight. You could see the encouragement from Enrol Medina, the coach from Motagua. He has loved every bit, especially of this second half performance. They've been ruthless, and they have 5 goals to show for it. Well, there's no doubt now that Motagua are going to be at the top of Group D at the end of this match with 3 points and a +5 goal differential. Tough part for Verdes is that their goal differential will be in a tough spot moving into these next few games in cup play. They know that the points are paramount, and they get Alajuelense next. Chance to bounce back from this tough performance tonight. Motagua, on August 9th, gets Sporting San Miguelito, and then they get Olancho after that 8 days later. Verdes, to their credit, still pushing, still looking to find their first goal. That ball is crossed into the middle. Wasn't a bad effort in the end from Martinez, who's been vibrant since coming on. Has created multiple chances, but has not been able to find the back of Jonathan Rougier's net. This is Lopez from Motagua. Just poking it into the penalty area. And Sanchez watches it go out of play for a goal kick. Nice ball threaded through there for Reno. Reno keeps on going. Almost got past 4 challenges there. But in the end, ran out of space. Was dispossessed. The goal scorer, Carlos Mejia, has some space to run into on this near side as we approach the 90th minute. The challenge comes in from Christian Sanchez, who needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card here for Verdes. Lopez wins the free kick. Another look at it. Well, this late in the game, it's not really a challenge, to be fair, that Sanchez should be making, considering that he is on that yellow card. He gets away with one there. Alvarez sends it back, got the assist. Lopez goal that made it 4-0 to Motagua. It was 1-0 1-0 to the visitors at the half, but it really has been all Motagua in the second half. Mejia. Is there a challenge on the back end of that play? There's a player still down for Motagua as the play continues onto the near side here, and Mejia gets in the way, but it is a Verdes throw. And we are into 2 added minutes at the end. The Central American Cup Group D tie. It is the other Mejia, Mejia, who is still down. The suggestion that maybe another change is going to have to be made here. Coach Medina and his staff might have to decide if they want to make another switch here. We will see. See how much that impacts the 2 added minutes that are still to be played here in Belmopan, the capital city of Belize. It has been a good atmosphere, but most of it has been provided by Motagua's supporters who have made the trek, and it's been disappointing. From Verdes' point of view tonight, the performance has not lived up to what they were expecting, that's for sure. That is not what Motagua wants to see. He lifted off the pitch for further evaluation. Well, Verdes certainly won't give up hope. They know that there are many more games to go. It is a tough first step for them in this Group D, a very, very tough group. Alajuelense already on the board with 3 points. Motagua will follow. They'll go to the top of the group on goal difference, and then Sporting San Miguelito and Olancho will all have their says as well in this group. There's a slip there as Alvarez comes out with it, and the final whistle goes here in Belize. A convincing victory for FC Motagua of Honduras. They come to Belmopan and they beat Verdes by 5-0. Agustin Osmendi with the hat-trick, and that really dictated a big chunk of the play. He converted a penalty at the end of the first half, scored again at the start of the second half. He went on to make it a hat-trick. Ivan Lopez and the substitute Carlos Mejia added on second half goals as well. Motagua go to the top of Group D on goal difference. Verdes will begin after 1 match day in the group. They will drop to 5th on goal difference below Olancho, with plenty of work left for them to do. But just the start that the 3-time former CONCACAF League finalists would have been hoping for. They come on the road in the first ever meeting between these two, and Motagua win it convincingly by 5-0. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. We say so long from Belize. Motagua get off to the perfect start, and they win it by 5-0 over Verdes.